Skateboards for Hope is a local group that gives used skateboards to underprivileged kids. And this Sunday, the group is heading to Cuba to deliver a fresh batch.
And hopefully they're going to be able to use them, to go to work, go to the university, or, just to cruise around. And
my first downhill board was a Quebec. I think most people of Montreal, their first downhill board were a Quebec board.
This is a long board.
Yeah, this is a longboard. So sorry, I call them skateboards because to me it's, they're all skateboards.
Yeah, so we're going to be down there, me, Juergen, and Søren actually. We're going to be there for 2 weeks. Maybe it's going to rain every day and we won't be able to stay there. Hopefully not.
Is this your first time working with Betty, or have you done it?
Yeah, no, it's the first time working with Betty. And I'm super glad I'm with Betty,
Betty Esperanza is a Westmount mother of two who founded Skateboards for Hope, a labor of love. Her charity collects donated skateboards and gives them to needy kids in Ganasatage, Cuba, Uganda, and the Dominican Republic.
Skateboard for Hope. Madame Esperanza, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Merci d'être là avec nous.
Ça me fait vraiment plaisir.
I want you to meet Johanny Perez, who is the top skateboarder in Cuba. So in the last 3 years, there's been such a demand for skateboarding that we had to build a skate park. We've created and developed skateboard after-school programs for kids, all this with no budget, using the environment as is.
So Longboarding for Peace helped fund this project in a couple of different ways. We actually paid for Betty to go down to Cuba, part of her trip, and we also committed to doing a full editorial in our buyer's guide about the entire program.
Desde hace tiempo, Ian Comishin, el fundador de Quebec, ha sido un gran fan de Betty Esperanza, la madrina del skateboard, y la fundadora de Skateboards for Hope, una organización que distribuye skates a jóvenes poco privilegiados alrededor del mundo.
It's quite rewarding.
En los últimos 4 años, su reputación ha crecido exponencialmente, en gran parte debido a su incansable trabajo para fortalecer a la juventud en Cuba a través del skateboard.
Mine was to send the boards to Cuba. They were a donation to Skateboards for Hope. I want to bring them to Cuba. Definitely have a huge community of people who now contact me and give me boards. And so that's how it started.
The team was pretty stoked on the fact that Quebec Skateboards decided to get involved and donate 100 boards. We already planned on bringing stuff down there, but it was used gear.
They're used to see used skateboard. So for them, to have a brand new materials, there is no skate shops. So you're not able to buy anything really related to skateboarding.
They're not going to get a skate shop. It's too expensive. The average Cuban makes $17 to $20, maybe the doctors make 30. The economy will have to grow, so first before that happens.
So the fact that we had new gear and actual completes with the trucks, the wheels, and the bearings was really exciting to us.
It's the first time ever that a company gave this amount of boards in Cuba. The plan was they were supposed to be gone months ago. And then they're still there.
Meses antes, en septiembre de 2015, Kallie voló a Carolina del Norte, donde los skateboards estaban siendo almacenados por su distribuidor de Estados Unidos. Debido a los embargos comerciales con los Estados Unidos, las tablas debían ser devueltas a Canadá antes de poder ser enviadas a Cuba.
The original thing that we did was apply to get a permit, and there was no answer in the time frame of the trip that was already organized.
We determined that January was going to work. Betty had already made some plans in terms of getting down to Cuba, and there were some events that were going to be taking place. So things kind of gelled in a nice way. The timing was really good.
Between you and me, customs, what do they care? They're not working for us.
Nearing the date where she was supposed to go to Cuba, she got a call from Betty telling her that Skateboards for Hope wasn't going to be able to get the boards in. And that's when I sensed she was very nervous, and she actually broke down into tears. Kallie was disappointed because she felt let down by Skateboard for Hope. She put a lot of trust in them, and she ended up having to do a lot of the work herself.
We did the process to get the permit. It's just super slow. So maybe while we're down there, they're gonna be, yes, it's fine, you can ship. I have a place close to my place where you can usually give clothes, to poor people. And whenever I leave with the van, I just bring anything I don't want home and I drop it there.
She was doing a great job. She was under huge amounts of pressure. She had worked so hard up to then to try and make it happen. But when it wasn't going to happen, I told her, don't give up.
Betty just sent me a text message. She is going to be on TV tonight, apparently. Yeah, she wants to have a shot of the cargo. I just feel not comfortable to show on TV that we were giving 100 skateboards when it's not that right now, Yeah. It's like lying. I'm not comfortable with that.
My colleague sees me as like Ian's assistant. I work for like all the company. Oh, I don't remember. Okay, it's that side. So, but yeah, on my business card is operations on it, I don't have any plans yet. I know my boyfriend is coming. I'm going to pick him up at 6.
What does he think of the trip?
Oh, he thinks it's a really good idea. He actually really loves Quebec. Don't put that in the video because his sponsors are going to be mad, but he actually really...
Oh, he's a longboarder?
Oh yeah, he's a longboarder also. That's how we met actually. Skateboard. Probably going to date skateboarders. That's the exit. Go pick up Juergen at the airport on Saturday.
La donación, intitulada El Proyecto para Transportación de Juergen Ritzner, fue liderada por el skater profesional de origen austríaco que fue inspirado para iniciar este proyecto con el fin de donar personalmente 100 skates de su modelo nuevo a través de Skateboards for Hope, mientras que compartía su historia personal de cómo el skate había transformado su vida para mejor. Juergen no sabía nada de Cuba, aparte de su simple existencia. Betty estaba a punto de introducirlo a un mundo completamente nuevo. En adición al skateboard, Juergen también era responsable de causar revuelo con sus contribuciones artísticas, ganar exposición a través de los medios, así como también de asegurar más donaciones a través de sus patrocinadores de tracks y ruedas. En la mayor parte, la jodió, y Quebec terminó siendo el único gran donador para su proyecto.
I'm excited to meet him though. He's for sure a nice guy. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was really mad at him because it has been like 2 weeks that he was supposed to give me the logo for the project and he just didn't do it.
Beautiful Canada. And we're heading to Cuba in a couple hours.
Las semanas se transformaban en meses y los skates juntaban polvo en Montreal, mientras Betty y Kallie trataban de navegar a través de los procesos burocráticos de importar las tablas a Cuba desde Canadá. El plan de transportar las tablas por mar ya no era una opción, pero Hellman, el patrocinador del envío, acordó que aún así cubriría los costos de volar las tablas hasta Cuba. Sin embargo, eso solo podía pasar si Betty y Kallie se espabilaban con el papeleo.
We didn't have the authorization yet. We're gonna go get it as soon as we get in Cuba. Well, not as soon because we're gonna arrive at night, but tomorrow morning.
En la mañana, el equipo de Quebec partió hacia Cuba. Los skates seguían juntando polvo en Montreal. Ahora, la única opción de Kallie y Betty era contrabandear la mayor cantidad de tablas que pudieran entrar en su descomunal equipaje sin exceder el peso máximo.
What we're doing right now is actually to take apart those completes and bring them to Cuban kids.
It's more like what is concerning me is more when we're gonna get there and get off the plane, if they're gonna say, no, you can't bring the boards in.
Every time I brought over boards, I risked it being confiscated because there was no law, but I had never, ever in 15 years had anything taken away from me.
We're gonna make 23 kilogram bags. So this one was 5.5, which is like small.
This is a gong show, man. It's fucking not at
Whoa,
all.
whoa, whoa, Juergen, don't lose the mess.
He's Ian's assistant, yeah. And Ian said don't hit on her. Be professional.
Inicialmente, el permiso para la donación fue rechazado por el gobierno.
What happened is Betty gave me like the contact name was a person. So that's why I think they were thinking they're gonna get sold on the black market because we were shipping 100 of like new boards to one person. When they're gonna ship them, the rest of the boards, it's gonna be to a donation center.
La primera opción a donde Betty deseaba enviar las tablas fue rechazada, por lo que puso al equipo en contacto con el Instituto Nacional de Deportes, Educación Física y Recreación, también conocido como INDER, en La Habana, Cuba. Ella dijo que habían trabajado con ella en el pasado y que estaban familiarizados con Skateboards for Hope. Desde 1961, INDER ha sido la entidad rectora de todos los deportes y recreaciones en Cuba. Fue creada con la idea, en palabras de Fidel Castro, que el deporte debería ser el derecho del pueblo y no el derecho de los ricos. Esta parecía la mejor opción, si no la única, para entrar los skates a Cuba. La comunicación con el INDER comenzó cuando la propuesta inicial fue rechazada. Antes de salir de Montreal, Inder todavía tenía que firmar en conformidad para recibir la donación. El plan, ahora, era reunirse con ellos ni bien llegaran a Cuba.
Go by ourselves, but we might have to wait for Betty because she speaks Spanish, and there's probably more chance. So hopefully they're going to be open on Monday.
For Cuban kids, it's cool because most of the streets, I imagine, are not so perfectly smooth. So you have big wheels and a wide wheelbase, so you can run over marble stones or whatever. Like kids in Cuba, I think they can surf their own streets now.
So 6 couple trucks and t-shirts, maybe it? That's not a lot.
En adición a las tablas, tracks y ruedas, las herramientas también debían ser llevadas para ensamblar los skates.
We're going to put that in the bag as well.
Fuck, it's over. What did you guys do?
We chose Skateboards for Hope as an organization because they knew Cuba.
So much difference between where I come from and Cuba. It looks like a different planet to me.
Don't get run over.
What is it? Pig head? I don't know.
I'm trapped in between worlds of skating, street skating, longboarding, hybrid boards. It's just one big thing of surfing for me, actually, surfing the streets.
Ven corazón, tú no ves que no vivo sin ti. Tus caricias, tus besos, tu amor, siempre me han hecho feliz. Sin tu querer, yo no sé cómo vivir, mujer. Pues cuando yo estoy solo sin ti, me siento padecer. Ven corazón, tú no ves que no vivo sin ti. Sin tu querer, no puedo ser feliz. Ven corazón, que esperándote siempre estaré, aguardando tus besos, tu amor, tus caricias, me lo olvidaré.
Sorry, I'm just a longboarder. I can't do the trip.
Antes de llegar a Cuba, Betty reservó un hotel para el equipo de Skateboards for Hope, 30 minutos afuera de La Habana, en un área turística escondida de la pobreza y de la gente a la que fueron a ayudar. Betty, quien se suponía que debía guiar las actividades del equipo de Quebec por las próximas 2 semanas, no daba señales de vida.
Once we got there, we were just expected to represent Skateboards for Hope, participate in the donation process.
100 like brand new complete skateboards. It's like the first time in Cuba ever. So which is like in one shot too. Well, it's gonna be 2 shots since we're gonna get them shipped. We're gonna try it tomorrow or the next day with Betty. We're gonna go talk to the people. So hopefully, you know, they'll trust us and they're gonna let us ship the boards. So by the end of the week, we'll have like the 100 boards.
We were supposed to pass a lot of time with Betty, and like I thought she was gonna, you know, give us like contacts so we can have drivers and stuff, but it didn't work that way.
Sin la guía y el cuidado de la madrina, el equipo de Quebec se encontraba en aprietos.
It's crazy, man. Like,
No, but I think like I told you, we had no money, like nothing. And then we were struggling to walk around to get like a bank.
Gastaron todo el dinero que tenían en taxis, yendo y viniendo del resort, y ahora estaban jodidos. Una vez en Cuba, las tarjetas de crédito y el equipo de Quebec resultaron obsoletos.
We were trying to find an ATM that works with our cards, with a MasterCard or a debit card, but there was no chance.
El equipo de Quebec no solo no estaba familiarizado con Cuba y la lengua española, sino que ni siquiera podían encontrar un banco internacional donde retirar dinero para comprar comida. Aquí estaban, a casi 3.000 kilómetros de distancia de Montreal, para salvar a los niños cubanos con tablas de skate y ni siquiera podían alimentarse.
We don't speak Spanish, so we can't really ask people where is the bank. But then we ran into John.
This is American Classic Car. Encontré a estos señores en una situación un poco penosa.
And we had to go to the embassy 3 times. Yeah, 3 times.
No tenían dinero en la calle, un poco nerviosos, y les he colaborado llevándolos a diferentes lugares. Entre ellos, de mi bolsillo, les pagué taxi hasta que se les estabilizó la situación económica.
In Cuba, we are very fans to the skateboard. Thank you very much for the donation. My name is Juan Carlos.
We're on our way to Ender, and we're gonna go try to meet some people there that are in charge of the university, and then hopefully they'll speak a little English so we can have conversation with them. Otherwise, we'll use our friend John right there. He can translate for us. Yeah. We want to try to get the authorization to ship the boards. The 56 board left in Montreal that are getting dust on from waiting. And then since they're like brand new skateboard and it's a big amount, like I get that they're suspicious a little bit.
It's obviously not a secure, easy way to send boards because you have to wait for permission.
It was the government that denied when we asked for the permit, but the only other way we had to ship the boards from Montreal were to go talk with Ender and then send the boards through Ender. Yeah, I'm getting nervous. A little bit.
You're excited?
No, I'm excited for sure, but just, a little nervous here. We're actually gonna go talk with authorities kind of thing. You don't want to blow that up.
For example, volleyball, boxing.
In there?
Yes, in this area.
Exciting.
We didn't book because we need the authorization, a permission.
Contact in Havana first. Go to ambassador institution.
No, también
no
directamente.
And I was really nervous that I'm just gonna fail and it's not gonna work. That we're gonna show up to Ender, and they're just gonna slam the door on our face, kind of thing. And then, okay, so we'll send this today.
Everything to this, and we start to do this.
Okay.
You happy?
I'm fully happy.
I was surprised that they got permission to send the boards. I was so surprised when Kallie said, "Oh yeah, we got the boards." I'm like, "Really? Oh my God."
I just can't believe Albedi was just make it sound like we're never gonna be able to talk with them without an appointment. We just fucking showed up there.
Oh yeah.
And we walked out. The feeling I had was like, wow, we actually made it happen. That's exactly what I wanted. That's what I needed.
Just they taking care of.
I'm gonna send them all the packing slip with description of the goods. That's just regulation, shipping stuff. But they have already permit. So my broker in Montreal, when he's gonna ship, he's gonna put their address, and you see in the system that they're able to receive stuff. Technically, as soon as we send them the email, they're gonna approve it, and we're gonna be able to ship the boards from Montreal. So hopefully this is gonna get fast, and then we're gonna be able to give them next week while we're still down here.
Super lucky actually to have this guy with us because he did all the translation work for us that we couldn't even imagine how to do. So we're pretty lucky right now.
Really lucky, man.
Yeah.
Big mention.
Kids are lucky that they have John with us.
We go now to eat to Habana Bay, to familiar restaurant, to seafood.
Después de esperar 3 largos meses para que el papeleo fuera autorizado, Hellman finalmente recibió los permisos de envío. Mientras el equipo sudaba bajo el ardiente sol del Caribe, los skates finalmente emprendieron su viaje desde Montreal. Todo esto podría haberse evitado con un planeamiento adecuado antes de salir de Canadá. Las tablas hubieran estado allí cuando el equipo llegó y podrían haber sido distribuidas inmediatamente. Con la noticia de que las tablas ya estaban en camino, el estrés de la situación rápidamente se disipó y el equipo se tomó un tiempo para relajarse y disfrutar de los alrededores. Pero aún cuando estás de vacaciones, necesitas mantenerte alerta, como nuestro camarógrafo aprendió de la manera más difícil, luego de un breve encuentro con la carabela portuguesa. Las alucinaciones fueron el primer síntoma, pero eventualmente volvió a la normalidad, y con un tatuaje cubano bastante único. Kallie y Juergen salieron con las tablas que contrabandearon y se sumergieron calle por calle en la antigua Habana, aún sin noticias de Betty.
We met some kids that were doing parkour
They were super stoked to see Kallie skating and me skating. We hung out with kids, we went through old Havana.
Y hasta que no se descubra internacionalmente estos lugares, no se le va a promover en sí para realizar este tipo de deporte que es caro, vuelvo y repito, para los jóvenes cubanos. Y en realidad lo que más lo necesitan serían los niños entre 8 años, 9 años, para que ahí fueran creándose la escuela cubana de skateboard.
It's a passion to help kids see them like evolving in a positive way. From my point of view, anytime I had like trouble with family and stuff like that, I always had like my skateboarding family, you know. They were never gonna judge, they were always gonna be there for me. And it really looks like that from what I've seen since we're here. It's like the kids, they're all saying that like it's a skateboarding family.
So yeah, we are in the middle of Havana right now watching a street skate contest.
Eventualmente todos se reconectaron en un encuentro callejero de skate organizado por Skateboards for Hope.
Those kids, they stoked me out, man. They are so good. I didn't expect that to happen. They are way better than I expected them to be, which is cool.
When we came down here, they were like, you're a part of our family because you guys are skateboarders.
Estos deportes para mí son mi vida, lo es todo. Necesitamos todo el que ve este video, todo el que no tenemos condiciones, posibilidades. Aquí en Cuba no tenemos nada que nos ayude con este deporte. Simplemente que le agradecemos a las personas que vienen, a ustedes y eso que vienen y nos hacen las donaciones, nos hacen los regalos que nos hacen, que gracias a eso podemos avanzar bastante en este deporte.
There was this one kid riding a street skateboard that was broken, but he attached another layer of wood. It's weird to see how spoiled we are. So I feel fucking blessed, man, to come here and give at least what we can to those kids. I realized that Cuban kids, they don't separate between longboard and street skateboard, you know? That's something so beautiful.
Se encontraban muy lejos de aquel momento en que antes de viajar, un potencial transportador les dijo que se jodieran porque estaban enviando longboard.
I mean, it's a skateboard. Yes, it's a longboard, this is a street skateboard, hybrid board, but for them, it's just a skateboard. They were like friends, brothers, immediately, you know? For them, it's one big family. It's skateboarding and skaters, whatever they do, longboarding, whatever, street skating, it's one big family, and it immediately felt for me like being part of this family. Some of the kids from the next day on, they hung out with us all the time. It was sad because I couldn't give every single kid that showed up a board. There is this one kid, Chris. He felt that we were kind of frustrated, so one morning we woke up and we had this letter underneath our doors from Chris. In the letter he wrote that he felt that it is very important for those kids that we are here right now. He explained to me what it is to be a kid here in Cuba and trying to go skate but having no skate gear at all. It was heartwarming, man. It was heartwarming, and I understood better what we are doing here after this letter.
My name is Rene Lacour. I'm from a group called Amigos Skate Cuba.
I'm not the only one who brings down boards.
Amigos Skate, they didn't want to work with us because they didn't know us and they only knew Betty and they don't like her.
Well, I stay away from things that are not legal. I don't work with people who are who don't do things the proper way to get permits and stuff like that and permission. And the reason for that is because I'm a charity and I'm a sustainable development charity.
When they met with me and Juergen, like they were like, "Whoa, those guys are cool. They have like they do their own stuff."
We're at Patinetas Skate Park. It's a DIY park built by the local kids here that we've been supporting for the last 6 years. Unfortunately, it's in a drainage ditch. I don't want to fall down there. So today, for example, a good portion of the park was underwater. So we had to sweep out the water, and it floods every summer, but it's the only location that we have to work with. There's some old metal ramps that Red Bull donated about 8 years ago, but those ramps are falling apart. The actual concrete build started about 2 years ago.
The skate parks there are a little more run down in here.
There's like puddle everywhere, there's dirt.
Little by little, it's growing into what one day could be a real skate park. We're just here to make the kids happy, smile, skate. I mean, you've been here all day, there haven't been any problems, except for the ones that the government created.
It's just a peaceful event, but they don't want this to happen.
That was Inder and the local representative for this park.
And they argue right now since 2.5 hours that they want to shut down the event right now. Keep it low with the camera stuff right now.
It's my first time here, and do you see everybody, the young, is happy. Different generation to sport, no drug, no run, everybody happy. For that reason, I think it's better for the new generation of the Cuban people. It's okay.
Unfortunately, for us to help the kids, we have to do it illegally, so that makes us like Robin Hood.
Oye, este es para las cámaras, para que me filmen a mí, para que entiendan todo lo que yo estoy diciendo aquí. Yeah. Man. Yo. Some job. Pon otra.
Ahora mismo estamos en el Cristo de La Habana, que es un spot súper increíble que tenemos aquí. La calle es un poco mala, pero tiene una vista preciosa de La Habana y es una de las pocas lomas que tenemos aquí en la ciudad.
It's called El Cristo and it's in front of the Che Guevara house. It's the most famous downhill longboard spot in Havana. I thought we had really bad pavement in Quebec, but believe me, we have like wonderful pavement.
Cracks and holes in the pavement everywhere.
Don't worry, be happy. Mi nombre es Charlie Brown porque casi toda mi familia es blanca, entonces como yo soy diferente me pusieron Charlie Brown. Blanca, white, entonces mi familia es Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
It's way too fucking slippery for this shit. But it's cool, we'll have fun.
I thought the weather would have been like so nice.
Everything stays wet.
This actually was the worst winter they've had in 50 years.
Down to the sidewalk.
All the skaters that wanted to race, they had to pick a number. There were like 3 heats with 6 people at once.
I was shocked that they were going to do it in that type of rain. Hani said, it's now or never, because everyone's here, so we're doing it. I go, but the risks are higher.
Nada, por falta de protecciones nos pasa esto a todos los muchachos de vez en cuando, pero esto no es un impedimento para seguir montando, ya que hoy vamos a seguir montando.
La meta, ¿cuál es? El recorrido.
It was the most random and craziest race I've ever seen in my life.
Peace and love.
And he said, we're going to do it the Cuban way. They're fighters.
Vamos afuera con el skate, lo que sea. Eso es una mujer en la loma. ¡Dale!
There were at least 50 kids going crazy on their longboard. There were kids with no helmet and no gloves. Instead of using gloves as we know, they had plastic bottles. It were using the plastic bottles as slide pucks. They ate shit so hard, but they stood up like nothing happened. As soon as they stood up, they jumped on their board again.
More people will realize that those kids, they're good at what they do, but they still need more stuff. We can only bring so much.
Con el viaje ya casi llegando a su fin, el equipo de Quebec se conectó con el equipo de Skateboards for Hope por segunda vez en la carrera de downhill. Allí, las tablas que el equipo de Betty contrabandeó en su equipaje fueron entregadas a Kallie. Concrete Wave y Longboarding for Peace fueron informados que el evento era organizado por Skateboards for Hope, pero el único reconocimiento hacia el equipo de Quebec y Betty fueron únicamente las tablas que se entregaron como premio. Parecería que en realidad el evento fue organizado por amigos.
Me gustó mucho la competencia. Tenía pensado coger cualquiera, primero, segundo, tercero, no me importaba el podio que fuera. Hubieron mucha gente, muy importante, la lluvia. Llovió mucho, no es algo normal patinar con lluvia, pero lo hicimos posible, montamos con lluvia, nos caímos, la lluvia. Pero es parte del deporte, no hay problema.
I've never seen like a level of stoke like that, you know, ever. Their faces here. So like grateful, you know, for that moment, to see like how much joy the kids have in their eyes.
I felt like blessed to be able to hand over my board to such strong characters. I'm so thankful, man, that I can be part of this right now. It's something unique, very special for me.
Con la mayoría de la donación ya en La Habana, el equipo debía elaborar un plan para que alguien se hiciera cargo de encontrar skaters para cada tabla. Con la incertidumbre de la suerte que correrían las tablas, el equipo de Quebec y la madrina programaron una reunión para plantear la estrategia de entrega de los skates.
por aquí.
They said that way or? Yeah, let's walk back.
We were like fish out of water, man. We were like lost.
Desde el principio, el plan de Betty era que el embajador de Skateboards for Hope y skater cubano, Johanny Pérez, personalmente entregara las tablas a los niños que resultarían más beneficiados.
There was a dog fight right now, street dog fight over this leg. They were raging, man.
Durante meses, la creciente sospecha de Kallie sobre la posibilidad de que la situación fuera más de lo que Betty podía manejar estaba siendo cada vez más evidente. Betty estaba siendo igualmente despectiva sobre el carácter de Kallie y estaba enviando mensajes a Ian en Montreal implicando que Kallie estaba arruinando el proyecto mediante su exclusión dentro de las conversaciones respecto del planeamiento.
I proposed Johanny. I was like, Johanny, do you want to be in charge of those boards? And then Betty said, oh, so it's going to be like a Skateboards for Hope donation, and I said no, I'm giving those boards to Johanny. And then she like lay back after. I made it clear, like I know like we have something to do, like Ian expects something with her, but for me, I don't even want to like put anything from Skateboards for Hope. She doesn't do anything, but she gets all the credits.
You are acting as your own entity. Even though I sent from the embassy and whatever, we sent all those letters with all our names in it, and you decided to do it this way, they are going to go by the law. They're going to go, oh, someone else is going to read it and going to say, oh, it's just Quebec. Well, who's it going to?
Johanny has Quebec represented, and that's why I want to go with him, as we are Quebec. And
I wasn't invited or consulted in anything while I was in Cuba, so I don't know. I can't even say anything because I wasn't consulted.
I can honestly even picture her giving away boards. Do you like a sugar mama for this kid? It just looks like that, in a sense.
I wasn't asked my experience, I wasn't asked for my contacts, I wasn't asked for anything, so.
I couldn't trust her. She was saying she was doing stuff, but nothing was moving on. We gave the boards in like October, and they were still here while we were in Cuba.
I don't really know, I don't have all the information, so it would be cool if there was a real timeline, you know, with date, you know, what happened and everything, figure that out.
Afortunadamente para la madrina, terminamos buscando qué fue lo que realmente ocurrió con las donaciones a través de correos electrónicos y registros de Facebook. Desde septiembre hasta fines de octubre, un mes completo fue desperdiciado mientras Betty intentaba que la donación fuera enviada directamente a Johanny en La Habana. Ella sentía que Kallie estaba exagerando sobre el intento fallido de enviar las tablas y en este punto ya estaba harta de Kallie en general.
I'm not in charge.
Una extraña respuesta viniendo de la madrina de Skateboards for Hope, una caridad que depende de las donaciones generosas, especialmente considerando que fue la donación más grande hasta el día de hoy.
Together, there would have been more of a kind of a group synergy, and it would have been a lot easier to communicate, I think.
I don't think if we would have been in the same hotel, things would have been different. Originally, we were planned to work together, and then I got radio silence. I don't think it has to do with age. You know, it has to do with character.
At first I had like nothing against. Like I was willing to work with her to make this project happen. If we didn't push like we did, we wouldn't be able to ship the boards in Cuba. We're on our way to Ender again for the third time since we are in Cuba, and we're gonna go see with them if the boards clear custom yet.
They're doing it in probably a smarter way, in a more legal way. They're actually having the boards shipped to Ender.
I had suggested that we bring down the boards by hand, like I've been doing it. But, you know, I mean, I understand, you know, Quebec wanted to do things in a, you know, more grandiose way.
Johanny is going to come and meet us there, so we're going to give him the boards. But if not, we're going to try to explain those people that we want Johanny to be in charge of the 56 boards that arrived in Havana last Sunday.
Era evidente que el embajador cubano de Skateboards for Hope, Johanny Pérez, se sentía incómodo y nervioso de verse atrapado en medio de una guerra entre Kallie y Betty. Abiertamente expresó su frustración, pero mantenía su lealtad a Betty por todo lo que ella había hecho por él y su equipo a través de los años.
Que supuestamente Quebec tenía que trabajar con Skateboards for Hope. ¿Para qué? Para que no pasara esto mismo que está pasando, en sentido de que hubiera sido más rápido si hubiéramos trabajado coordinado lo de la donación, ¿sabes? Que yo sé cómo trabaja el INDER, porque llevamos muchos años.
In the end, it seemed like Johanny has no hope that he will get the boards actually. Ender, the university, doesn't support skateboarding at all because it's not a fucking Olympic sport.
¿Qué problema? El problema es que el deporte se está reconociendo ahora como deporte. En el 2020 el skate está puesto para las Olimpiadas, ¿sabes? ¿Qué es lo que tiene que hacer Cuba? Tiene que hacer deportistas de skate porque va a estar en las Olimpiadas. Eso se está trabajando. Yo estoy trabajando con el INDER, con la vicepresidenta, con todos, ¿no me entiendes? Y la cosa que fue que pasó, hicieron lo que, ¿no me entiendes?
Ender is just keeping them for themselves. I don't know what will happen. Maybe they will sell it, or it's depressing, man. It's really depressing because that's the only way we were able to ship the rest of the boards that we couldn't bring with the plane.
I haven't had a good experience with them. I would rather know that I'm bringing something in and I'm going to hand it to the person that I wanted it to get to, as opposed to handing it to someone who I don't know where it's going to go.
I just want those kids to have the boards, but I don't know how long it will take, man. It's a pain in the ass, actually.
El día siguiente, Eric Rodríguez, quien estaba a cargo de las donaciones en INDER, organizó una reunión para discutir los detalles de la donación.
Eric was the same guy who showed up to the skate park where the skate contest was to shut down the event.
So it wasn't, you know, a good feeling to think that this guy is going to be in charge of 56 boards when you obviously don't like skateboarding.
Se marcharían sin ver llegar a Cuba la donación. han repartido a los chicos más necesitados que realmente practican este deporte acá en Cuba, le han entregado gratuitamente lo que ellos han podido.
Nada, me siento súper contento con lo que hago, ya que desde pequeño montaba patinetas, muchas veces eran hechas por mí y por mi abuelo, que me ayudaba a fabricarlas. Fui creciendo, pasé mucho trabajo, pero mucho trabajo para conseguir tablas o fabricármelas. Y ahora que ya soy una persona, sabes, un poco grande, estoy trabajando en un proyecto de que quiero enseñarles patinetas a las personas. Y si con gente como Amigo Skate, los muchachos de Quebec, las firmas o las marcas que quieran introducirse a Cuba me puedan ayudar, eso estaría perfecto, ya que todo ese material no va a ir a parar al mercado negro, como dicen algunas personas, va a ir a parar a los muchachos que de verdad patinan, de verdad lo necesitan, de verdad les gustan. Porque es muy triste llegar a un parque, ver que alguien está patinando y tú decir, coño, no tengo tabla, no puedo montar. Ahí quiero estar yo para coger una tabla que tengan en el carro y decirles, coge, patina, cuídala, pero patina.
La política internacional está tensa. Cuba es un país muy seguro, muy seguro para cualquier tipo de evento, pero económicamente es lo que nos deprime. El sistema financiero internacional, la propaganda, conocer la familia cubana de la ciudad de La Habana que practica este deporte. Son jóvenes, muy jóvenes, que con muy pocos recursos están haciendo algo lindo y bello. Se les ve por las calles, patinando, aprendiendo. Repito, mi única labor ha sido coordinarle modestamente en agilizar los trámites, tratando que realmente se cumplan el objetivo de su visita acá a La Habana, con mi inglés limitado, y que se cumpla su objetivo. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much for the interview.
En su último día en La Habana, el equipo pasó el día con el grupo de skaters locales, quienes los habían adoptado como miembros de sus propias familias. La última prueba de iniciación para ellos fue el ser bautizados en las sucias aguas del puerto de La Habana. Simplemente no pudieron resistir.
Juergen didn't believe me that I was like game to do it. 1, 2, 3, they opened the gate and then jump in the water.
Charlie told us.
Shark?
There is sharks.
Something like touched my feet.
Are these sharks?
Oh, it was sketchy. It was super sketchy.
When he said that, I started swimming so fast.
As soon as we got out of the water, Charlie was like, okay, now move, quick.
Cops were there and we're like, no, we can't go out there. We made our way out a different way.
Habana, Habana.
That just made my day, man.
How was the water here? Oh, the water was just perfect, man. Full of sharks. We gotta move before we get arrested.
I just kept saying that, like, oh, I feel alive again. That was like one of the best days. I actually needed that day.
If they gave permission to get them to be sent, they'll be out, right? If that's what happened.
They already have the skateboard.
They have the skateboard.
It's not gonna sit there, it's not gonna rot.
Hola, Eric. ¿Es Eric?
Sí.
Ah, bien. Soy Jeremías de Quebec Skateboards, la compañía canadiense de Montreal que hizo la donación de 100 patinetas para los niños cubanos este año. ¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo tú andas?
Bien, bien, bien. ¿Y tú?
Bien, bien. Hoy todavía las patinetas, por una incoordinación de la forma que se entró al país, están en la aduana.
¿Están en la aduana? A mí yo creo que...
Todavía están en la aduana.
Qué raro. A mí me parecía que ya habían entrado. Yo creo que hablé con Marta o Clarice de Inder y me habían dicho hace unos meses atrás que las patinetas ya las tenían ustedes, que las tenía Inder.
No.
No.
Nosotros la tenemos en la aduana.
Ah,
O sea,
ok.
nosotros la tenemos controlada en la aduana, pero no ha podido salir porque faltan documentos de envío de la aduana. Desde allá, o sea, desde Canadá o desde donde se envió hacia Cuba.
Nosotros la habíamos contratado a Betty de Skateboard for Hope para hablar con ustedes, con Inder, y hacer todo esto de forma, bueno, que se pase bien. Así que, ¿usted no ha trabajado con Betty?
No, para nada.
Nunca trabajó con Betty. He said he never ever heard of Betty.